Hey y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, my name is Summer and I'm back again today with pick a card reading. Okay, so the theme for this reading today is, what does your inner child need from you at this time? Okay, so this is a timeless message. Whenever you come across this is when you're meant to hear it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we have 3 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Okay, so take a moment to sit with the piles and pick whichever one your intuition pulls you to. All right, if you need to, pause the video. The timestamps are in the description box below. Pile 1. So I'm seeing like a little kid singing, but it gives me the vibe of like church. So I don't know, maybe some of you here are being called to go deeper in your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, or being called to one religion or another, or tradition. But it kind of gives me the vibe that it's like you may need community, people around you to uplift you, or you may be searching for that currently. Okay, but let's see what your card says. It says, be here always with willing hands and heart. Okay. Yeah, this made me think of community again too, like needing or wanting to be around people. I'm sorry if you heard my stomach, I'm a little hungry, but yeah, being around people that help and uplift you, like you may be wanting to do the same for others as well. Okay, but let's go ahead and see what's going on here. So first we're going to start off, we're just going to pull some cards to see what's going on with you, your inner child. Okay. All right. That was quick. All right. Hold on. Let me put it so you can see it. Yeah, so it kind of seems like adulting is kind of bumming you out here a bit. Like the everyday responsibilities of being an adult, right? Like you may have with this discouraged in reverse, you may have been experiencing a good amount of, like, I don't want to say a good amount, but you could have been experiencing some lows here, and you could be looking or needing just that kind of someone to pat you on your back and be like, it's gonna be all right, like you're good, you may be, yeah, just feeling a little bit bummed out here. Some of you even here with this frustrated, just maybe having a hard time like figuring out your next steps, your next move when it comes to maybe career or life in general. Right, some of you could even like yeah, Some of you could have lost a mother, and you may be wanting that kind of nurturing hand or love from a mother or a mother figure here. Yeah, I kind of get with this proud here. Like, you may have been like the center of attention as a child, or like just gotten a lot of praise, and like you may not be receiving that same amount of praise that you were, or maybe not just praise, but like attention. Like, you may be missing the attention or the hands-on approach that you received as a kid, but let's go ahead and see what your inner child needs from you at this time. Okay. Yeah, you need a little. This is what I'm getting here. You need some more nurturing here. Because what I get here is, like, you may be, especially with this Queen of Blades in reverse, you may be very much focused and driven, to the point where, like, you may be kind of hard on yourself here. Maybe very strict on yourself. And it's like you need to make time for yourself, for self-care, for self-love. You may be spending a lot of time focusing on, responsibilities, the to-do lists, the things that you need to get in order, and not making any time for family, friends, or just yourself to just, sit back, relax, chill. You know what I mean? And I kind of get that there. It could be like, some of you may be very strict on yourself. Others, right? Especially with the temperance showing up. You may not be at all, right? Like, you may kind of be very free in what you do and what you're focused on, to the point where you kind of let things kind of get into disarray before you kind of come in and start fixing things up. And it's like with the temperance, you have to find your balance here. Yeah, it's like you need the space to be yourself, but at the same time, you need order. But if you're leaning too heavily towards one end or the other, it's going to kind of keep you, I feel, in this kind of frustrated space, right? But I also feel like with this Temperance card, like your inner child needs you to kind of allow other people to help you, to give you care and love and affection and attention. Because you may be spending a lot of time doing that for other people, but you're not receiving it yourself. Okay. Well, let's see if anything else wants to come out for you. Wait a minute. All right. Yeah. It kind of gives me like, okay. Some of you here may be very much focused on like not repeating the mistakes of like your parents. And so like you may, be very strict on yourself, or be very kind of closed off to doing things in any other way than you see fit. And when I say that, I feel like you may be very much focused on like the outcome, like what's going to happen. And it's like your inner child needs more freedom, needs more space. It kind of needs you to see beyond your past experiences and to be open to new ones, better ones. Okay, well, let's pull an oracle. The final message for you here. Okay. So we have here relinquish control. Okay, it says identify one person you feel the need to control and think about why that power is so essential to you. What do you fear if your hold is released? Your goal to recognize how much stress is generated in your body through the need to control someone else. Yeah, I feel like yeah. It's just time to relinquish control, man. Yeah. But that's all I have for you, pile one. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, be sure to head to the description box below for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. Alright, but I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out. Pile 2. Okay, so what I'm kind of picking up on is like romantic relationships here. Like, so I feel like some of you here, you could have either, okay, I'm getting like two stories here. You could have either been the person that didn't get a lot of attention from like romantic, or how do I word this? Like you just didn't get like advances as a kid. Like maybe you were overlooked when it came to romance, basically. Jeez, hard to get it out. Okay. Or right, the other story I'm picking up on is like you may have, right, it gives me like the two extremes. You either didn't get a lot of play as a kid, or that sounds so bad, but or you got a lot to the point where like or it could have just even been like the attention you got was from people that you weren't really interested in. But it kind of gives me that you may have gotten hardened in the heart, kind of closed yourself off from love in a romantic kind of sense. But at the same time, you really want that. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. It took me a while to get it out, so I'm sorry. But let's see. You have here, always remain true to your intentions. Okay. And the flower is forget me not. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and with this, I kind of get like you may have... Like some of you may have the habit of adjusting yourself or your desires in order to make other people happy. Does that make sense? I hope so. But let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Pile 2. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, some of you could have been tomboys here. If you're, like a female. Or just different from what was normal at your age. Yeah, it just gives me like you stood out in some way. Yeah, some of you here could have gotten like negative attention growing up, which made you kind of close yourself off here. And because of that, like you may have had just some bad experiences in the romance department here. And so it's like now you like hold yourself back here in many ways. I feel like not just in love, but in other areas of your life. Yeah, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to explore, right? You're like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. Because you're like really worried about getting hurt or failing. Almost like you're kind of afraid for people to see you and judge you or reject you. Okay, but let's see. What does your inner child need from you at this time? This is kind of, it's a little bit similar to pile 1, but a little bit different here. Because it's like you may worry a lot here about what other people will think of you, or how they will react to you, how they will treat you. And because of that, you stay to yourself, or you kind of close yourself off. You worry a lot about how you talk or how you walk or what you do and all this other stuff. And like your inner child just needs kind of freedom to be you, to be yourself, without worrying about what other people are going to think or how they're going to react or respond to you. But also, it's like you may just need more friends here. You need more kind of like connection to other people, be it people your age or people who you kind of look up to. Yeah, because it seems like you're very, like you may be very picky about who you interact with or where you go, which isn't a bad thing, but I feel like you may be holding yourself back basically and not allowing yourself to experience all the joys of life here. Okay, let's see if anything else wants to come out for you. And then we're gonna pull an oracle card. Yeah, so you could be like spending a lot of time focused on like your spiritual path, your spiritual growth, your spiritual journey here. But it seems like you need to interact more, with people. Like you could spend a lot of time with animals or the divine, with yourself. But it's like you may be afraid here to open up to other people. And I feel like, I'm gonna just say it. Like, I feel like you may be hitting like a roadblock here when it comes to your growth, be it on your spiritual path or what have you. It's because you need to connect with other people here. You need to share yourself, your wisdom, your knowledge, your emotions, your thoughts with other people. Because that's how you're going to grow here. Okay? But let's pull you an oracle card. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Gods is planet. Okay, part 2. It says, use your wisdom. Okay, yeah. You could be worried about, like, the people people that you connect with. I feel like that's when it comes to romantic relationships, but also friends here. Like somebody, like I hate to say it, but like you may have been taken advantage of or just mistreated in the past, and because of that you kind of have your walls up, understandably. But it says use your wisdom. It says today's lesson, dedicate yourself to wisdom on this day. Acknowledge one of the greatest truths you've learned and apply this truth to your life in some way. Your goal to use your wisdom and feel how powerful it is when taken from thought into form. And then rely on yourself. It says today's lesson, look at the issue of dependency. Do you rely upon others to do what you should be doing for yourself? Healing is a solo endeavor, and while we all need support during this process, ultimately the task of self-empowerment rests with us. Your goal is to identify and modify the ways in which you release personal responsibility to others. Yeah, because I feel like here you may be kind of shifting your focus, like almost like, say, you know, you spend a lot of time by yourself, or you don't really want to connect with other people. It's like you may be like, well, you know, I do that because, you know, people can't be trusted, or they're not gonna like me, or like you do stuff or you don't do stuff because of how you perceive other people will be, or will react, will behave. And that's kind of, it's kind of blocking you here. I feel it's making it hard for you to open up, to explore, to do all the things that you want, right? I feel like here with this opportunity beckons, right? You may be spending a lot of time kind of a little bit sad, a little bit gloomy, despondent, and I feel like for most of you here, it may be because you may be focusing on other people and maybe past situations, how you were treated or mistreated, you know what I mean? And it's time for you to kind of take back your power here. Start focusing on knowing that here you've learned a lot from these past experiences, and then doing what you can to utilize that knowledge when it comes to picking your friends or picking your romantic partners, picking the places and people that you connect with. Okay? But that's all I have for you, pile 2. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, be sure to head to the description box below for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. All right? But I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out. Pile 3. Let me see here. So I'm seeing you like alone here. So you may need some more alone time. But I feel like in the light, I'm seeing light. So I feel like some of you here may be questioning your connection to the divine. You could be feeling alone, right? Which is, you know, it's funny. You might be like, well, you just said I need to spend more time alone. See, like when you feel lonely, it's usually because you do need alone time to really connect with yourself and to connect with the divine here. Okay? Yeah, I'm seeing like an empty house. Okay, so it seems okay. So there's some memories here from your childhood, from your past, that you may not be looking at. And I feel like you need to spend more time, like really in reflection about what you've experienced. And really, because like you may be spending a lot of time, maybe if you do kind of look back on your past or on your childhood, you may kind of see a lot of the bad And it's like there's need for your focus to shift to the positive. Right? Because some of you here, like you could already have kids, or you could be thinking about like settling down. And I feel like really reflecting on that period in your life, what you gained, what you learned, what you experienced, and really taking the lessons would be beneficial for you when it comes to moving into that phase of your life. If you don't have kids already, but if you do have kids, it will help you to strengthen, I feel, your relationship with your kids. Okay, but let's see what we got here. It says, be ready. The best is on its way. Look at that. Buttercup. Ooh. I just saw 3333. Wow. But let's see here. Let's see what's going on here with you and your inner child. We got exhausted here. I was vulnerable. Like some of you here could have grown up in single parent homes. Like you could be you could be a single mom, or you could have grown up in a house with a single mom. Yeah. And so, like, for those of you who do have kids, right, you may be putting a lot of focus on your kids to the point where you don't you're not making time here for yourself. And the time that you do have for yourself, you may not be like spending it doing the things that you want, or even the things that you need to get to where it is that you want, because you're so exhausted here. Like some of you could be overwhelmed. You could be like very unhappy with like maybe your job or your everyday life even. Right? I feel like there's no excitement here. Like you may wake up, go to work, be really tired, do what you need to do for the kids, and then kind of, chillax, because you're just kind of running on E here. And any kind of love or energy that you have left over, you give to other people, be it your kids, or other, for some of you, this could be work. Sorry. And so this may be leaving you feeling a bit sensitive to everything. You know what I mean? Makes sense. All right, but let's see what your inner child needs from you at this time. Look at that. There's light. Wow. I just noticed that. more light with this one. Okay. So they're saying here they need a little bit, like it may be time for you to clean up your diet here. For some of you. Look at that bottom of the deck. Yeah, man. Y'all got kids, huh? It's stressing you out a bit. It's okay. Yeah, it's like your inner child needs for you to take care of yourself, right? Because like when you aren't your best, you can't really give your best to other people. Yeah, it's like some of you, ooh, jeez. Some of you, that was my arm popping, y'all. But some of you here, like, you may be wanting to control, like, other people here. Because you may not be feeling like you have a lot of control over your life or your emotions or, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, your inner child needs you to really connect with your feelings here. Some of you could be eating your feelings. Maybe even like avoiding your feelings through relationships. Yeah. And it's time, and I feel like for some of you it's because there's some things from your own childhood that you haven't completely processed, that you may be kind of carrying over into your present, maybe even with your relationships with your children if you have those. And I feel like it's time for you to, like, your inner child needs you to really learn from the past rather than kind of like staying in it or repeating it, so that you can move forward in a more positive, in a more healthy way for yourself. Yeah. Be ready, the best is yet to come, or the best is on its way. Yeah, but I feel like it needs you to be open here, right? Because you may be kind of closed off, or really, right, with this vulnerable, wanting to kind of close yourself off, wanting to kind of take a break from life, so to speak. And it's time for you to really, I feel, kind of really open back up, to really get reconnected with that inner child, right? For some of you here with kids, right, they may get on your nerves. Oh man, they may get on your nerves, or they just may be like really a lot to deal with. And I feel like it's kind of time for you to find ways to interact with your kids or your own kind of inner child. So for some of you, this could be, you know, art or art, food, crafts, right? We got gardening here in this picture. Yeah, because I feel like adulting may be dimming your light here. And I feel like it's time for you to really reconnect with that. Yeah, your inner child. Your inner child just really needs you to reconnect with it. And for some of you, I feel like you may have kind of cut that part of you off in order to focus on being a parent. And it's time for you to really reconnect with it, right? Have some fun. Let down your hair. Maybe spend time with your kids, doing, I don't know, gardening, drawing, cooking. For some of you, even, right, if you look at the picture, you may be missing a past loved one, and it may be beneficial for you here to spend some time at their grave site, or even kind of introduce your child to introduce your child to that loved one, right? Taking them to the grave site. Yeah. But also, it's like, I feel like you need to find your balance, right? You may be spending a lot of time with your kids here. If you have kids, right? I keep bringing up kids, but hey, it looks like you have kids. And it just could be, right? For those of you who have kids, you may be like spending a lot of time with your kids. And if so, you need to find some time to just spend some time with some adults here, just chilling, having a coffee. But also kind of like involving your kids or your inner child with whatever. I feel like for some of you, you may be wanting to maybe start a business or something, involving or bringing in that childlike energy to what it is that you're doing, what it is you're creating, rather than focusing so much on like the serious side, right? Get creative, have some fun, spend some time out in nature, right? All that kind of good stuff. Okay, but let's go ahead and pull an oracle card for you, and then we're going to close this out. Yeah, it could be like teaching here, right? I feel like sharing your knowledge or sharing your talents, your gifts with kids or with other people. Like playing doctor, that's what's coming to my mind. Playing doctor, doing all the things that maybe you enjoyed as a kid would help as well. So it says, bring humor into your life, right? Look, you need some more childlike energy here, man. You need to have a little bit more fun. So it says, today's lesson, think about whether you truly have a sense of humor. Healing is enhanced with humor, and laughter can lighten almost anything, certainly most day-to-day irritations. Your goal to bring humor to everything that causes you stress, as this is one of the most empowered responses you can have. Okay, then we have practice visualization. Woo. It says, visualize what you need to heal or create in your life. The image needs to fill all 7 chakras, so consciously place that picture into each of them. With your breath, animate those images, bring them to life, and feel your being. Your goal is to practice and believe in the power of visualization. Yeah. Because it says, be ready, the best is on its way, right? But like, you may be focusing a lot of your attention, like I was saying earlier, on like the negative or the things that could go wrong or have gone wrong. And it's time for you to really like get excited here for the future, for what's to come, to start really focusing on how you can create what you want to create without, getting too caught up in all the seriousness. Okay. But that's all I have for you, Pile 3. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in booking a personal reading, be sure to head to the description box below for the link to summertimetarot.com to book that. All right. But I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.